It's a Wednesday morning, so it's time again for Legal Talk here on eRadio with the Hahn Hahn Attorneys. And today I'm joined by Reynier Rautenbach. And just in our poll last week, we asked you, do you believe minority shareholders in South Africa have enough legal protection? And the majority said no, 46%. 38% said yes, and then 8% said it depends, and the remaining 8% said I'm not sure. So with the majority saying that they do not believe we have enough legal protection for minority shareholders here in South Africa, I think it's quite interesting to have a legal opinion today. And with us, of course, Reynier from Hahn Hahn Attorneys. Reynier, good morning and welcome to Legal Talk.
Good morning, Ian. Thank you for having me again on the show.
So, Reynier, what is a minority shareholder?
Good question, Ian. A minority shareholder is basically anyone who owns less than 50% of a company's shares. The big issue is they don't effectively control the company. So if the majority wants to take the company in a direction the minority disagrees with, they can easily be outvoted or even be ignored.
Sure, that sounds risky. Does the law offer any protection?
Yes, Jan. The South African company law gives minority shareholders a couple of strong protections. The two big ones are Section 163 of the Companies Act, which lets you go to court if you are being treated unfairly, for example, being excluded from decisions, not getting information, or if there's financial mismanagement. Then there's Section 164, which gives you the right to have your shares bought out at a fair value if the company makes a major decision you don't agree with, like a merger or a sale.
Okay, and have those protections actually worked in practice in the past?
Well, yes. A good example is the Grantee property case. A shareholder was being sidelined, denied access to information, and felt completely out of the loop. The court found that this kind of conduct was unfairly prejudicial and stepped in to give relief under the Companies Act. So yes, these protections do work, but you have to actually use them.
All right, and is it enough to just rely on the law though?
Not really. The law is there if things go wrong, but going to court is expensive and time consuming. What really helps is having a strong shareholders agreement in place from the beginning. That's where you can negotiate extra protections, like having a say on major decisions, getting regular financial information, or stopping your shares from being diluted.
Okay, Reynier, and in closing, what's your advice to minority shareholders?
Okay, you would need to be proactive, get legal advice before problems start, make sure the shareholders agreement gives you a voice, know your rights under the Companies Act, and don't wait until you're sidelined to speak up. Look, the tools are there. You just have to use them.
And that's Associate Attorney Reynier Rautenbach at Hahn Hahn Attorneys here on Legal Talk this morning. Thank you so much for your time, Reynier. We really appreciate it.
And thank you once again for having me.
Are you or your business in trouble and struggling to find a solution? Call Hahn Hahn Attorneys as we assist clients in finding solutions. We specialize in consumer and food law, commercial and construction law, forensic investigations, and administrative law. Visit hahnlaw.co.za. That's HAHN. We assist clients nationwide. Hahn Hahn Attorneys, because we care. Don't miss Legal Talk with Hahn Hahn Attorneys, Wednesday mornings at 10 on eRadio.